Hey YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Roman, and yes, we are back with another set of crime stories that I find to be pretty interesting, where it's all about the parents. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hey YouTube. So what is going on? What is going on? I am going to just rock and roll. I wanted to actually do a crime story live instead of recording and going through the editing process. I decided I wanted to come down here and do it live. So the first crime story, the first interesting story I have that I want to talk about comes from Texas. Now, this mother, her name is Kara Bell. She's from Hey Voodoo. She is from Texas. And so she basically is at a board meeting. And at this board meeting, they're pretty much talking about wearing masks and different policies that they have going on within the school district. And so it's her turn to go up. And what do you think she wants to talk about? Let's check this out. And what do you think she wants to talk?
But I was sidetracked by, for the boys, pussy or the idea of pussy or the idea of pussy. A Mexican is a. All right. Well, I'm just thankful that y'all don't have the ability to make a mask mandate. And tonight I was going to talk about the need for a second high school, but I was sidetracked by, for the boys, pussy or the idea of pussy or the idea of pussy. A Mexican is a Mexican is a Mexican. Take her out back, we boys figured, then hand on the titties. Put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole.
Now, this is a book
that
the students are reading at the school district.
Page 39 of the book called Out of Darkness, which you can find at Hudson Bend Middle School and Bee Cave Middle School. All right, not gonna lie, I had to Google cornhole because I have the game in the back of my yard. But according to Wikipedia, cornhole is a sexualist slang vulgarism for anus. The term came into the use in the 1910s and
that was new to me.
As verb
I haven't used cornhole to describe anus, in the 1930s, anything anal, and forever.
Sex. I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school.
So now they're trying to stop her.
Sex. I don't want to have anal sex.
Her.
I don't want my kids having anal sex. I want you to start focusing on education and not public health.
Stone, you're on.
So this is what pretty much went down. And so the school district has now removed the book. And my little bit of thoughts and my take on this is, unfortunately, when I did a little bit of research on this, it seems like that book wasn't a mandatory book. It was a book that the children got to choose from the library on their own. And this was a book that her child chose. It was a book written in 2015 called Out of Darkness by Ashley Hope Perez. And so, you know, before she went to the school district, I think she should have asked her child, what did she find interested in this book? And there could have been a conversation there first before embarrassing not only herself, but her children and her family at a school board meeting. I don't think she realizes that kids' parents talk and they all go back to school and talk. And so this is another moment of where, you know, a parent might have, you know, in this aspect, I think that she didn't know all the facts to even go warrant her to even go to a school board meeting. So unfortunately, they did remove the book. And for Ashley Hope Perez, her book did actually go up. People started wanting to purchase it on Amazon because of this. I actually went to go read an excerpt of the book because I didn't know what was it about or why it even caused such an outrage. So for those who for the replay gang and for those coming back in, this was a mother who went to a board meeting where they were discussing, you know, various COVID mask policies, and she decided to rant about what her child brought home. And I'm going to play it one more time.
All right. Well, I'm just thankful that y'all don't have the ability to make a mask mandate. And I was going to talk about the need for a second high school, but I was sidetracked by, for the boys, pussy or the idea of pussy or the idea of pussy. A Mexican is a Mexican is a Mexican. Take her out back, we boys figured, then hand on the titties. Put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole, grab a hold of that braid, rub that calico.
Now, mind you, she's pulling these. She's pulling little quotes out. They didn't all read like that together. She's pulling little excerpts out.
All right. Not going to lie, I had to Google cornhole because I have the game in the back of my yard. But according to Wikipedia, cornhole is a sexualist slang vulgarism for anus. The term came into the use in the 1910s in the United States as verb form to cornhole, which came into usage in the 1930s, means to have anal sex.
Yeah.
I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school. I have never had anal sex. I don't want to have anal sex. I don't want my kids having anal sex. I want you to start focusing on education and not public health.
Stone, you're on.
Do you hear what she's saying? She doesn't want them focusing on wearing masks. She wants them to focus on education. What's up, Ken? She sounds like just like the well, that's a whole nother that's a Wednesday session. That's a whole nother subject. Yeah, so I think she embarrassed her child. 1, I think she embarrassed the district. 2, and also 3, I think now she needs to go back. She's gonna have to force her to go have a conversation with her child. Like, okay, what did you find interesting in this book? What did you learn? What did you know? Are there any questions you have for me? Like, this opened the door to a lot of different things, and I think her response was completely off. So you all let me know what you think. She moved those glasses and meant business. What up, J Boss? I appreciate it. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, we were just talking about Cara Bell from Texas. She interrupted a school board district meeting that was about COVID and mask mandate policies to talk about why her child came home with a book that talked about cornholes and titties and holding her by the hands. And at first it may sound like it's offensive, but the book was really not written for any specific audience. It was a fiction book. And the author, Out of Darkness, Ashley Hope Perez, many different people were able to pick up these copies of this book. So the fact that the school district made this available to students to read during their summertime, it's not their fault that your child chose this book. Hey, Suki, thank you for coming through. All right, so we're gonna get right into the next one. So this next one is really, really interesting. So we have a Jefferson County mother. Okay, have you ever been in a situation where your child came home and said, "Mommy, Daddy, somebody is bothering me at school. What should I do?" And you're like, if you're like me, you know, depending on what the situation is, you need to respond accordingly. So, you know, if somebody is pushing you or hitting you, let the teacher know. If this is the second or third time, maybe we might need to seek additional mediation. Maybe we need to have a parent-teacher conference. If this is the third or fourth time, maybe you might need to push this person back, or maybe I might need to intervene. That's me, and I don't have any kids. Voodoo, as a parent and educator, I keep forgetting, y'all. Bear with me, I'm learning. As a parent and educator, I understand where she is coming from, but what I can see, she is relying on the school to teach her child about things she is responsible. Thank you, and that's exactly what I was saying. That book should not alarm her. That book should alarm her about her child. That would have been the first thing I did. Wait, what did you read in this book? Do you have any questions for me? Instead, you're coming to the school district to basically embarrass the fact that your child was reading this. Now he or she is going to be scrutinized. Like, I don't think we see past our own reactions to stuff. So check out Check out this.
Jefferson County mom facing assault charges after an incident on a school bus. This happened yesterday morning as students were boarding the bus in Center Point. Deputies tell us that Nanette Waldrop got on the bus and confronted an 11-year-old student suspected of bullying her child. Waldrop was arrested for assault, trespassing, and disorderly conduct. Jefferson County Superintendent Dr. Walter Gonsolin released a statement after the incident, saying in part, "What I saw on that video deeply disturbs me. At no point is any type of violence acceptable, especially violence against students. We have been and will continue to cooperate fully with law enforcement."
Now, there's always a backstory to this stuff. It's always a backstory. So I first saw about this story. I was on Twitter and I saw the video. Nothing made me think to screen grab, get this video. I saw the video of the mother getting on the bus, and all you see is really the bus angle of the mother confronting the child, hovering over the child, and sort of getting into a confrontation. Now, that was extremely in poor taste, and it was wrong, and it's an 11-year-old child. I think you should have confronted the parents. And so this mother got on that bus, hey, family of 6 rocks, got on the bus and confronted the 11-year-old bullying her child. Baby, when I tell you that was like one of the worst things that she could have done, not only did she involve herself in a situation with another child, but now you have the Child Protective Services coming after you and your own kids. So she was arrested. She posted her $10,500 bail. Now, some of the backstory is that the child had came home and said that she had been getting bullied by somebody on the bus on numerous occasions. And the mother kept telling her to let the bus coordinator know. And so apparently the girl never let the bus coordinator know. And so the mother just assumed that nobody cared and nobody was trying to do anything about the situation. And she came on the bus. Now, understanding that would have had me reacting, I won't say similarly, probably to the bus coordinator, but I don't think I'm going to attack an 11-year-old. That's dangerous. So, you know, she has a lot, various different charges. Let me finish.
Facing assault charges after an incident on a school bus. This happened yesterday morning as students were boarding the bus in Center Point. Deputies tell us that Nanette Waldrop got on the bus
Bay
and confronted an 11-year-old student suspected of bullying her child. Waldrop was arrested for assault, trespassing, and disorderly conduct. Jefferson County Superintendent Dr. Walter Gonsolin released a statement after the incident, saying in part, "What I saw on that video deeply disturbs me. At no point is any type of violence acceptable, especially violence against students. We have been and will continue to cooperate fully with law enforcement."
So, so now she has to go to court. She has to possibly face not only losing custody of her kids, but also her child facing the scrutiny of going back to school. And you know how bullies are. You know, if your mother gets involved, I'm sure the students' mothers wants to be involved as well. So it isn't no free pass to go back to school. And nowadays, everything is so viral and on social. I wish I'd have had a copy of the video. I think Twitter was reprimanded to take it down. Again, as a parent, I understand the urge, but it's never okay to go fight kids. It's never okay to go fight kids. It's never okay to go fight kids. I remember when I was in the store, when I was younger, me and my brother was in the store with my parent, and this man, crazy man, I don't know what was wrong with him, but he spit on our shoulder, on our jacket, both me and my brother. And we told my aunt, our parent, and my aunt went over to the man to basically address him. And she basically was like, what are you spitting on some kids for? I'm sorry, you guys, this video is still playing. What are you spitting on these kids for? It's a parent-to-parent situation. We would have been wrong to get ourselves involved in a situation like that with an adult. What would I have done? I think I was like an 8 or a 9-year-old boy. So I go to say all of that is that as you all who are in the chat as parents, at what point do you feel like you're going to get involved with a child? that's bullying your child. I mean, if your child has told you on numerous occasions, are you going to go to the parent? Are you going to go to the school, or are you going to go straight to the bus? I'm very, very reluctant to say that I'm going to go to the school. I definitely will go to the parent, because I think the school is the environment for both of them to succeed. So I don't want to take them out of the school, but that parent needs to know, like, hey, yo, we got an issue on hand. And if if you're not going to try to do something about it, then, I have to go to the next level up. It's so important to think before we react. It is. I mean, it really is. And now this lady, I was reading an article that she goes by another alias. Let me just break it down. She goes by another alias, Lynette Westbrook, which has so many different records and criminal violations on it. I'm sure they're going to try to put everything they can against her to try to bring some kind of harm towards her. Take her kids, I don't know, put her in jail, probation. Emotions can make you make permanent decisions based off of temporary feelings, and you will be paying for it after those feelings change. Absolutely. And it's so shocking that after being a parent for your daughter is 11 years. After being a parent for 11 years, you still haven't mastered the concept of controlling those instantaneous, those immediate emotions. Like, I mean, that shocked the hell out of me. So you all let me know what you think about that. Oh, good. I'm good on time. Again, I said I didn't really want to record a crime story and edit it. I actually just wanted to come talk about it and get myself comfortable coming down here doing crime stories live and learning how to build this out into something I can do weekly. I think it's way more engaging, and I'm very, very passionate about this stuff. Because I start reading into some of these stories in their lives, and you start to see how like this one moment messes it up for them forever. So let's get into the next story. So this next story is really, really, it's crazy. So we have a father and a mother celebrating the upcoming birth of their baby. And so they're hosting a baby shower. And so both sides of the family come together. And so the father, from what I'm reading, and I would implore you all to read as well. I'll put the links after the video is done. So what I'm reading is the father isn't as well to do as the mother's side of the family. And so the mother's side of the family was the ones who bought most of the gifts. I'm only laughing because it sounds like my life. And so when it was towards the end, there was a conversation between the father and someone on the mother's side of the family about who is going to be transporting all of these gifts back home. Apparently, they couldn't fit in his car, or he didn't have a car. I couldn't really figure that one out. And one of the ladies on the side of the family was like, giving him the flux, like, you need to figure that out. You the father, you the dad, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Hey, Michelle A., thank you for coming through. And she slaps him in the face. She hauls off and slaps this man in the face. Womp, slaps him in the face at his baby shower. Can you imagine? And so I guess he decides to, try to slap her back. And then all the men from the mother's side of the female side of the family rushed in to try to save her. And he pulls out his 9mm Glock. And they are trying to wrestle the Glock off of him. And it fires and shoots 3 of the attendees at the baby shower. A 23-year-old man, a 19-year-old girl, and an 11-year-old boy. They all were rushed to the hospital, critical. Yes. Hold up. King, this story upset me a lot because it was last week or so that there was another shooting after a baby shower and the pregnant lady ended up shot dead. I think I remember that story. Yes. So let me just play just a little bit of this one for you all as well. I tell you, these people, and oh wait. Oh, it's no video. Well, this is the guy. Let me, is it not? Bear with me. Is it on the screen? Okay, perfect. So this is the guy. This is our guy. And so there's no video here. But it was about 25 people at the fire hall on Saturday evening to celebrate the pregnancy. And ended up getting in an argument about how to transport gifts once the party ended. She slapped him and he allegedly shoved her. Then 3 men tried to stop the fight. A 23-year-old man, a 19-year-old woman, and it was a 16-year-old boy. They were all shot. This is what you call in the moment, like a spur of in the moment. Like I think this was less of trying to protect himself and more of trying to ego and bravado. I'm the man here. Don't be trying to check me. What you talking about? I'll pull this Glock out and get y'all all together. I feel like it was one of those situations. I definitely don't think the reaction was warranted because of the situation. I mean, now she slapped him and he shoved her. And then I'm sure she probably was going to be more combative. I think people breaking it up was enough, but the fact that it was 3 men from their side of the family, probably to him seemed like it was going to be a gang up mentality type of thing. Hey, Tracy Cobbs, a gang up upstate New York. Like a gang mentality type of thing. So what do you all think about this? And if you were on the mother's side of the family, how would you have reacted? Why are we even carrying a gun at the shower? Well, it goes to speak to the kind of guy he is. I mean, to understand that he's probably someone who is probably insecure. He doesn't probably feel like he has as much as the other family does, and they probably don't respect. I'm just putting this all in trying to figure it out, summarize it, and analyze this one. They probably don't even want him to be the baby dad. I could imagine because of her response slapping him. I think if you've gotten to the point where you're going to slap someone because of their response, you really have a strong dislike for them, especially if it was about transporting the baby shower gifts after the baby shower is over. I don't think that's a need to slap anybody. That one caught me completely off guard. All right, and that poor baby will be born into a very extremely dysfunctional family. I mean, literally, when you talk about your baby shower, 3 people were shot there, and those 3 people will have the stories as well. Remember when you were born? I was at your baby. Let me stop because that's not even funny. So we're gonna move on to the last little story. And this one I actually found to be interesting because I was very much so in the middle of this. So we have a black man who's biracial. He's black and white. And his daughter, she's black and white, of course, but she looks more like she's white, but she has more black features. Like her hair is, has more texture to it. And so one week in school, one of the students on the bus cut her hair, just snip right in the back. And listen, Voodoo, okay, I'm glad. Okay, now I feel bad how I really do feel. Okay, yes, okay, I'm not completely indifferent. I'm completely on his side. I would have went up to the school and cut everybody's hair off. And so the child did it. So he then takes his daughter to go get the hair cut right, right back, get it cut back. Then the daughter goes back to school 2 days later, and then a teacher and a teacher's assistant decides to cut a lot more of the hair off. Let me add this. And thank y'all for rocking with me. I'm trying to learn how to do this live, and y'all know once I get it together, it's gonna be of something. I just got to start somewhere. So I really do appreciate day ones helping me out and stuff like that. I really do. Father Sue share. Let's see. Do you all see the screen? Okay. All right. So if you can see her, you know, she's a fairly, you know, she looks of, you know, the white descent, but her hair is very kinky. And so they cut her hair, and they cut her hair down to, is there a picture of the cut hair? Here you go. Anytime. Don't go slow.
This is a federal lawsuit now against the school district and 2 school staff members. It's a story in our own backyard that has now attracted international attention. You can't ignore it. We spoke with
You
Jimmy
better rock out
Hoffmeyer
with
and
them.
his daughter Journey in the
I don't know what that is.
after
That
her
looks
hair was
good.
cut. He laid out that sequence of events and explained why the situation for him was so disturbing.
Did she tell you why?
Do you see her
she
hair?
cut your hair?
To make it even.
I just really quickly. Do you see this? I would have had a fucking fit. Yes, a teacher's assistant. They did not need to cut her hair. What up, Miles? What's going on? Yes, I would have had a whole entire fit.
That's us speaking with 7-year-old Journey in April after the child's hair was cut not once, but twice. First by a student and then by a staff member. The situation for him was cut not once.
Do you see this? So first time, and then go get it together. Then this is her hair, and then the second time, I'm coming up to the school with some scissors, and I need somebody to sit down in this chair. This is what you call a fair for fair, a cut for cut. That's unacceptable. But what got me the most was the response. They didn't even suspend the person. They put the person on a no mess up anymore kind of policy that if they violated another policy, they would be terminated. But nothing else happened to them. Yeah, who you telling? I'd have been all over that ass. I'd have been up on that school all over you.
Once, but twice. First by a student and then by a staff member in Mount Pleasant Public Schools.
I just don't understand why she thought that a child could make any decisions like that, whether it was straightening it, whether it was cutting it. Why is she touching my child, period, during a COVID pandemic and without permission? I don't understand that.
Yeah, he's not irate enough for me. He wasn't. I think that's why I didn't have a video queued up. He wasn't irate enough for me. I would have been all up at that school. Y'all would have had. I would have. I'm telling you, I would have been all up at that school showing out. Are you kidding me? Hey, Carrie, what's going on? You can't just do whatever the kids. You can't. You really can't. I would have been in a board meeting acting like the other mama. Now that's when you'd have been up in it. You'd have told me at the board meeting. I would have been showing all my ass. And so basically all they did was give this person a
says back in March, his daughter's hair was cut on a bus by a student. He took her to a salon to have it fixed, and a few days later, a library staff member at Journey's school cut her hair again. And since that incident, Hoffmeyer has decided to sue in federal court for $1 million, alleging assault and battery, the intentional infliction of emotional distress, and a violation of constitutional rights, plus racial and ethnic discrimination. In April, I asked Hoffmeyer about that last part.
How central do you think it is here? Do you think that the fact that your daughter is both black and white in a predominantly white environment played a role?
See, that is the hardest question to answer, being that I hope that everybody can understand that I really don't know. I honestly don't know. I've been in the school system my whole life. I have
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, he messed up right there as a I'm not an attorney or nothing, but if he's trying to sue for discrimination, for racial discrimination, and he just went on this news saying that he doesn't know if the school is racially biased or not, that makes him have a little it doesn't strengthen his case. Whatever the case may be. I don't think he gonna get $1 million. I'll tell you that much. I don't even think they little school district has $1 million. They don't even. What's up, BL? BL. They don't even get that long in the library. So why did it bother her so much that she had to take some action? I definitely think it was racially motivated, and I think the fact that the child hair was cut before and the parent didn't really go crazy, but just go get it fixed and came back to school was enough for the library to feel like it's cool. We can just go ahead and cut her hair again. He ain't gonna say nothing. He'll know that this is how we want it. And that's when I would have came up there with blades and y'all would have been like, why is this man up here with a machete? Because I'm cutting somebody's hair. Somebody getting on the chopping block. BL in the building. So for everybody that came through, I just wanted to run through a couple of crime stories tonight live versus recording and editing and all that good stuff. We talked about the Texas mom and the anal case. And, you know, this Texas mom, she let me see if I can pull it back up here. I don't know why my internet going so slow.
I'm just thankful that y'all don't have the ability to make a mask mandate. And tonight I was going to talk about the need for a second high school, but I was sidetracked by, for the boys, pussy or the idea of pussy.
He knocked
or the
out.
idea of pussy.
He is
a
knocked
Mexican
out,
is
BL.
a Mexican is a Mexican. Take her
He
out
really
back,
care.
we boys figured, then hand on the titties.
No.
Put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole, grab a hold of that braid, rub that calico. You can find that on page 39 of the book called Out of Darkness, which you can find at Hudson.
So we talked about this Texas mother who showed up at a board meeting, you guys. The board meeting was about COVID and whether or not we're going to make masks a mandatory thing for all of the students in the school district. What's going on, ODS in the building? And this lady was like, not today. She literally started this, y'all. You got to listen to the way she started this. She literally let them know. 1 second. Listen to this real quick.
Bell, and then
They're calling her up right now. Listen to what she
March
say.
Stone.
All right, well, I'm just thankful that y'all don't have the ability to make a mask mandate. And tonight I was going to talk about the need for a second high school. But
Did you hear her? She said, I am glad that y'all don't have the ability to make a masking mandate policy. Now, they were there to talk about whether they should make a mask mandate policy. And she started by saying, well, I'm glad y'all didn't. You already know what side of the fence she on. You already know where she's going with this. And then she was like, I'm ready to talk about a second high school.
But I was sidetracked by, for the boys, pussy or the idea of pussy or the idea of pussy. A Mexican is a Mexican is a Mexican. Take her out back, we boys figured, then hand on the titties. Put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole, grab a hold of that braid, rub that calico. You can find that.
Baby, when I tell you, She showed up for war. She pulled out all of the most heinous quotes and lumped them together to prove her point. And that's in the book. It's a fictional book about a black boy and a white girl, y'all, and it's about emotions and childhood love. She didn't write this book for it to be put in middle school and high schools for them to learn from it. A school put this book on the list. The book is called Out of Darkness by Ashley Hope Perez. The school put this book up on the the summer reading list for the students, and it's not their fault that your child decided to. It's not your fault that your child decided to take this and run with it. So she went to the board meeting and she raised all hell. And so basically they took the book off the list and they're going to make a more strenuous review of the books moving forward. That didn't do anything to change the fact that they're still not going to have a masking mandate policy for that school district in Texas. And then we talked about the mother who jumped on the school bus to fight the 11-year-old bully who was bullying her child. Now, this mother, let me see if I can pull this lady up. Now, this mother, the sad part about it, y'all, is that she was living under an alias. She was trying not to get caught. And you do shit like this, and guess what happened? So you think masks should be mandatory? I think masks should be mandatory where places where people like school, like kids and nursing homes and stuff like that, people are most acceptable. Didn't she get beat up? No, she didn't get beat up. She tried to go beat up a 11-year-old. She tried to go beat the 11-year-old that was bullying her daughter. So she got on the bus. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of backstory to this. BL, I do very much, especially with what I see going on in schools. Oh, no. Oh, she should have taught her child how to fight. So but here's the thing. Here is two sides to every story, y'all. Here's the thing. The mother says that her daughter was telling her that somebody was bullying her, and she told her daughter to let the school know. And apparently she was under the assumption that her daughter had kept letting the school know and the school wasn't doing anything about it. So she decided, well, I'm going to go do something about it. See, that's the piece that you are not seeing in this. That for me would make me then think a little bit different. Like, okay, I still ain't going to go to the 11-year-old, but now I might walk up to the bus monitor. Now I might walk up to, I might go up to, the bus driver or something like that. But to literally walk your ass on the school bus to somebody's 11-year-old child, yeah, you damn right. As the parent of that 11-year-old child, I would have saw you at the next bus stop. I don't fuck what you heard and what you know. We would have definitely been going. Something been going down. What's all that smoke you got from my child? If she's bullying your child, you need to come talk to me. You're not finna bully my child. And so here we have another parent who makes a snap decision. Now I guarantee you her child is going to be either isolated or bullied in school, or they're going to talk about how you better shut up for your mom come protect you. I already can see how this is going to go downhill for that girl. And it's so unfortunate because mothers and, us protectors, we don't think about stuff like that. We instantly think, I got to protect. Sometimes you got to teach a motherfucker how to protect. Someone's uncle came on the bus and slapped fire out of a group of kids that was bullying one kid. See, now it's a difference when we're talking about a group of kids. I'm all in belief of if there's a group of kids attacking my child, they got to be shorter than me for me to even consider how I would react. But if I'm older, if them kids taller than me and bigger than, because kids are big nowadays, and them a group of them kids jumping on my child, you better believe I'm about to start swinging. Somebody's finna get in a headlock. I'm about to roll somebody down somewhere. We about to get the roughing and toughing. Yeah, she crying in her mugshot. She thought about it. Now let me tell you why she's crying, BL. She's crying because they found out the girl had another whole alias she was living under, named Lynette. What is it? Lynette. Lynette. They found out she had a whole nother alias, and under that alias, she had so many other different charges. So I already said, there you go. You done fucked up your whole career making a snap judgment decision like that. Like, was it worth it? At least, you know what I would have done? I would have sent our little cousin. I would have sent little Kathy. I would have sent Tiffany and Ray Ray. Pookie to met them at stop number 3. When she get off, that's girl right there in the red coat. Just go on and rough her up a little bit. I don't just tug on her wig. That's all I would have did. The fact that you as the mother and you look big and beastly, I'm sure that girl was probably scared and terrified. And low key, if I was the parent of the child, we would be suing. I would say my child has emotional distress. She has to be on medicine. Like, yeah, she was living under a whole nother alias. Yes, the child will be the one paying the price. Absolutely. She risked it all. Yeah, she did. Dang, she done messed up. Absolutely. Not Kathy. Yeah. The funny thing is I really do have a cousin Kathy, and my cousin Kathy really was the one in our family like fighting on people in school. Like, you would call my cousin Kathy. Like, she would come through. You can't protect the kids from jail. No, she can't. The fact of the matter is she got enough cases now to make her go to jail, or at least get some time in jail or some probation, and it's not worth it. When all you had to do was go, like, literally either tell your daughter the appropriate responses, and if your daughter is lying to you, that's a conversation you need to be having with your child. I'd have first stopped at the bus driver, like, has my daughter been telling you that Joe Schmo is bullying her? And has she said no? Then I'd have looked at my daughter like, oh, so you like getting smacked? Go and get on the bus and get hit again. Don't say shit to me until this bus driver know. Now you on notice. And I'd have kept it moving. Not beastly. Listen, when the neckline and the ear line are roughly similar, there's definitely a beast of some sort there. My aunt Kathy was a fighter. Yeah, I'm telling you, my cousin was no joke. Like, she, and dudes too. Like, the dudes at the school knew, like, don't play. So yeah, this was unfortunate. This was really unfortunate. And I feel bad for the little girl. I really do, because she's 11. Can you imagine being in the same school with these kids until you're like in high school, and you're going to forever be known as, that's the girl right there. Your mom got a mugshot of this. Your name is in this paper. They're probably sending links around. If you're not on Snapchat, you probably got a whole meme. That's definitely not small. It's not. Look at all that hair covering that head. That's not. Southern Belle, what's going on, babes? Thank you for coming through. Thank you all to all the 16 people in here. I really do appreciate you all coming here, and King Henry and some apple juice, and we talking about these parents who really sometimes go a little bit too far to be protectors of their children, instead of just, sometimes you got to stop and just talk to your child and try to figure it out. I had a bulky growing up. I was afraid to fight, as I didn't want my parents to whoop me. I came home crying one day, and my daddy told me I better fight. He would whoop me. Listen, I had the same kind of family. She's about 5'11", 250. I'm telling you, quarterback all on her. I'm telling you, all on her. I'm telling you right now, and it sucks, because all I could think about is the girl going to school. Like, is your mom okay? Did your mom get locked up? Is she in jail? And yeah, so we talked about that. And then we talked about the young man who is, he should really be celebrating this time right now. I think it was one of his newborns, his firstborn. And at the baby shower, him and his baby mom, there should be celebrating. They definitely should be celebrating the upcoming birth expecting of their child. And for some reason, I really do feel like his ego and his bravado got the best of him in this situation. And so we have quarterback tease. And, I wouldn't, they have powder puff. What is it? What is the football game called for, of her nature? I know it's not flag touch, because she definitely can touch you. So we have this young man. I think Voodoo said it. Why are you showing up with a gun to the baby shower? First of all, like, do we really have to start bringing our own personal metal detectors to our family functions now? Like, something like this would definitely make me ask my cousins and stuff like, is your man crazy? And is he bringing his gun? Do I need to be by the exit girl? Like, BL, listen, I wouldn't have went. I'd have looked at him one time and said, I sent you something on Amazon. I hope you get it the day before and take it. I definitely wouldn't have. Not no shit like this. And let me just explain what gets me the most out of all of this, though. It's clear that her side of the family was probably the side that was thumbing their nose up at him. And he probably felt some kind of way. And for I want to say it's the auntie, but for the auntie to respond to him saying, are you all going to take the gifts back to our house? Because I'm sure they brought a lot of them. And for her to respond with whatever she said and to slap this man in the face. I mean, she slapped the man in the face. I mean, that speaks volumes of how much they did not respect this man, how much like they had a disdain for him. I would be damned if my baby mom, all I simply was trying to figure out was like, okay, how we getting these gifts home, girl? Like, what's going on? You got a lot of shit over there. You not only got a Pinot. And she slapped me. I know he shoved her. So he shoved her, of course. I probably would have, y'all, on some real shit, you slap me in the face, I'm going to shove the fuck out of you. And if you're a female, because I don't want to really hurt you, I'm going to grab them breasts and kapow, some Power Ranger shit. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That was very disrespectful, BL. Very disrespectful. Her baby ain't even here yet. He looks like he would slap you for eating the last pack of ramen. I'm telling you, eating the last pack of ramen and wasting the flour seasoning, putting too much. You know, you got to save a little bit. I don't go anywhere where folks believe guns are needed. That's my thing. And so the other day I was on Amazon trying to see if they sell those portable metal detector wands, because I'm thinking that might be something cute to invest in when you do road trips and stuff like that to these festivals from now on. You never know. Motherfuckers are going crazy, and this COVID-19 ain't help it. I'm sure this man has been dealing with all of these things with his family for what, 9 months now, 8 months, as she's been expecting. And then so he shoved her, and all of a sudden, you know, the dudes on the mother side come rushing over to protect her. And so I'm sure he felt like, oh, they about to gang up on me. And he pulls out his Glock, and they try to, now the crazy part is they try to rustle him while he got the Glock in his hand, and it goes off and shoots 3 other people in the Are you crazy? Unfortunately, I fought my aunt at 12 because she mushed me in the face. I learned that day as a trigger of mine. Let me tell you, slap me in the face and spit on me, and for me it will be Jesus and holy water that will need to remove me, because not even the police or my parents gonna get me off that ass. You ain't gonna spit on me. I already have issues with being called buddy that I'm working on. I realize that that's a common word that people like to use, but my ancestors tap me on my shoulder when I hear the word buddy. No Roman King doing kung fu at the shower. They were about to get him together. Yeah, they was. And I can imagine if they don't like him, that's all it took. That was the one trigger they needed was, oh, Aunt Shirley down, y'all. Aunt Shirley down. And here they come to the rescue. And there they go. 3 people went to the hospital critically injured. A 23-year-old, I think it was a 19-year-old woman and a 16-year-old boy. Yeah. So now let me ask y'all this in the chat and be honest with me. As the baby mom, and let's all just unisex this all real. Let's just think logically. As the baby mom, is this something where you dump him, or like are you working this out with him? What do you do? Like, are you breaking up with him? Like, do you have to have a conversation with him and the family? Like, what's the mediation for something like this? So the lady slapped him. He pushed her. They charged him and wrestled the gun and shot 3 other people. Yes, all of this happened. Don't touch my face. Period. Not Jesus and holy water. That's the only things that'll remove me. I have no emotional intelligence. If you hit me in the face or spit anywhere in my direction, period. Like all bets are off. I'm going to plead insanity. I'm going to go in the courtroom and say I was seeing crazy people. I saw spirits and people was talking to me. I'm going off. I lost it. We fought up and down the house. The baby shower was ghetto as hell. I know they didn't expect it, but that's the thing. I'm sure they didn't expect it to be ghetto. It's really her side of the family that caused all of this. That's the thing. But his response did not meet that, though. Like, his response did not meet their reaction. She slapped him. He shoved her. He should have walked. And at that point, they should have just chilled out. I don't know how hard that slap was. I don't know. I can't keep saying that. Walked away because, woo, domestic love be like that. Most definitely ghetto. They will still be together. You think so, BL? That's my thing. They'll still be together. But see, I bet you nobody else gonna slap this man in the family, though. I bet you this one. Oh my God. You know how they say you learn from tough love? I think this is the tough love that the family have. They won't mess with this man no more. Like, not domestic love. It's time to leave him. He has anger issues, and the family will never let you live. Oh my God, they will never let. I wouldn't either. The first question I would ask is, he showing up, girl? I ain't coming. Sounds like that they live in dysfunction. They're not breaking up. Right. Okay, Voodoo. You spit on me. That's an instant ass with right. The shove is what triggered it as the men came rushing to protect the antagonist of the story. Exactly. But were they wrong? Like, if you saw your aunt get shoved, aren't you gonna run up? That dude might end up dead. But he's the father of their family's child. That's also the other side of this. Like, that's the sad part of this. He's gonna forever be around. And he might be in jail because they got him on assault with a deadly weapon. Time will heal. I don't know. I tell you one thing. It's sad that you spend so much time with somebody, y'all have a baby, you go 8 months, and then one fucking moment, y'all, one crazy moment changes the course of everything. The lovey-dovey times we kissed on, we hugged on, I met your family, you met me. Now it's all that shit is out the drain. Your family hates you. You got 3 people in the hospital. He getting out. You know she ain't gonna I don't feel like she's gonna press charges on him, and I feel like she's gonna choose his side, because if she hasn't chosen his side throughout all of this, despite her family's rejections, where he ain't going nowhere. Don't shove anybody. We running up and down. That's facts, though. You shove my auntie. I don't care if I didn't know the right side of the story. I'm coming over there with shoes and boots and everything. We about to, what's the fuck going on with you? Well, my family taught me to never put my hands on anyone and I expect a reaction. You bad enough to throw a lick, you better be bad enough to take one. They ingrained that into all of our head. That's exactly right. That's why you can tell people who can actually like fight versus who just running their mouth. He getting out. Second baby, they better do Zoom. Shut. Oh my God, they better do Zoom. That won't matter because they don't see him as a man. That's why she felt comfortable slapping him. That Voodoo, that's it. That reaction, her reaction to him just saying, he literally, the man, all the reports say the man was trying to figure out who's taking all these gifts home. And you go and slap me, I would have backhand slapped the shit out of her, the person next to her. I'd have just been slapping all around. I'd have just been knocking bitches left and right. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. You're not about to slap me, not at my child's baby shower. This finna go down in history, but I don't think I'd have put out my gun. I don't think this is their first go around. He had that gun for a reason. You know, Miles, you're right. You might be onto something. They've been wanting to get him. Voodoo, you know it. You know it. Second baby don't get no shower. Period. No, matter of fact, no one needs to know. That needs to be a surprise baby. Hey, Chrissy. They definitely don't respect him. I need the backstory to this 2020 Romeo and Juliet. Where the Twitter thread at? Oh man, it sounds like he is Debbie ain't stepping up, and he knew it. Hello, hey Chrissy, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. He was there in his baby shower Burberry shirt, just wanting to eat the baby shower meatballs. Then boom, that's it. You know it. He probably ain't had no gifts. You already know he probably ain't showed with nothing, much of nothing. And all he wanted to do was coordinate cleaning up. You know how sometimes, you know, and I deal with this in my family too. Sometimes the man may not do much, but they will clean that shit up. They will do the dishes and clean and break and set up some shit. And so he probably was trying to break it down, break the tables down and the chairs down and get the food out. And y'all gonna take that? Y'all gonna take that? And she probably said, "Shut the fuck up," and slapped the shit out of him. And that's where it went all the way left. And then we got 5 more minutes. And then we talked about the last story about the man suing for his daughter, them cutting her hair. And now that one, I don't get the school at all allowing the teacher to get off, the library assistant to get off with merely signing a contract saying that they won't get into any more issues. And if they do, that's grounds for peer termination. What kind of bullshit is that? So if I was him, I would sue. $1 million is far-fetched, but I know what he's doing. You go all the way high and let them fall back on something low. He probably wants to settle out of court. Great, smart move, but he cannot claim racial discrimination. Not with what he just said on here. We just heard the man literally say he doesn't want to believe that they're racially biased. So if that's not what you want to believe, you can't claim that you're suing them for racial discrimination. You better sue. You're claiming that they touched your child without your permission. You can claim religious, you can claim anything else, but to claim racial biasness, you'd have to show a long history of that, not just this instance. And then they're going to ask you when that haircut got cut the first time, what was your response? Did you go to the school? Did you talk to the parent? And if it's nothing, where is the proof in the pudding? You know, so I'm here for these true crime stories tonight. They're not as heavy. Yes. That's why I said I can go live and do this. Someone would have came up off a check. My child is listen, they're gonna come up off a check, all right. Especially this in the news. And you know the superintendent is on fire, probably from the governor. He needs to homeschool that child from now on. Now, so what do you think about the child getting her hair cut the first time? Like, I'm just thinking, like, your child has got to be very, very much so very passive and probably nervous. They probably, to allow something to happen of that magnitude, your child probably wasn't comfortable being there from the get-go. You don't hear a lot of stories of children going to school, coming home, and a significant amount of hair is cut off their head. First, where they get the scissors from and who was watching them while they were doing this. Like, he didn't ask all these questions. He literally took the baby to go get her hair done and cut even. That was it. Oh, let me go fix it. What the fuck? I would have been the school name would have been changed. It would have been hell would have broke loose. What was the reason? Did they say why the staff member cut her hair? Because she said that it was not the right size, the right length. Do I still got the video? Oh, fucking video gone. It would have been an issue the first time. How does the other child have a sharp object on the bus? Voodoo. We hear. Now you understand. I'm trying to figure out. And how long did it allow? Was the bus rocking and shaking? Did you poke my child in the neck with this Like, there's a lot of different questions that I would have had. It would have definitely been some smoke in the city. They were located in. Let me play this for y'all. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it for you real quick. We got a little bit of time. It's my Monday nights. I would have been editing this video right now, y'all. Thank you so much. All 14 of y'all that was in here, all 8 of y'all that was in here. Thank you so much for allowing me to practice and get comfortable with doing this. I really, really, really do appreciate it.
There, this is a federal lawsuit now against the school district and two school staff members. It's a story in our own backyard that has now attracted international attention. You can't ignore it. We spoke with Jimmy Hoffmeyer and his daughter Journey in the
Look at her
spring
hair.
after her hair was cut. He laid out that sequence of events and explained why the situation for him was so disturbing.
Did she tell you why she cut your hair?
To make it even.
That's us speaking with 7-year-old
I would
Journey in April.
I would have pause on the play, pause on the motherfucking play. Did you hear? To make it even, I would have went up there and even her whole motherfucking face. It would have been a problem. Oh, even? Are you kidding me? No, I like it. What are you talking about? That is so disrespectful. That it can't be. That is so disrespectful. So disrespectful. Michigan. Miles, they're from Michigan. That baby is young. They should have blunt scissors that barely cut paper. I'm telling you that the whole thing is bananas and nuts. Are you kidding me? To make it even, though, was the response.
After the child's hair was cut not once, but twice. First by a student and then by a staff member in Mount Pleasant Public Schools.
I just don't understand why she thought that a child can make any decisions like that, whether it was straightening it, whether it was cutting it. Why is she touching my child, period, during a COVID pandemic and without permission? I don't understand that.
Jimmy Hoffmeyer says back in
Now, let me ask y'all this real quick. Does he come off like he's offended, like he's irate, like he's somebody that is really, really upset about this? Like, I don't know. Maybe he's already had his time. I would have been on that camera fucking hot and pissed. Don't cut my child's hair. I would have had to catch her off. I'm not playing with you. I'm not about to do this with you. I've seen stories like that before with kids cutting other kids' hair, so I'm more shocked by this. The school staff. But see, the thing is that if you for him to want to say that it's going to be racial discrimination, why wasn't it racial discrimination when the first incident happened by actual white student cutting your child's hair? You didn't see any racial discrimination there, but now you see it. Like, you fucked your whole case up. He's a cornball to me. He's very much so a cornball, and he's extremely passive. There's no way you're gonna have me on the news and I'm just holding my baby. I don't know. Maybe I don't know why they did that. No, it would have been some problems. I'd have been at that school holding flags and pickets. I'd have been at that bitch car with a whole poster around that bitch wrapped around. Slut. I would have been. I'm not the one.
In March, his daughter's hair was cut on a bus by a student. He took her to a salon to have it fixed, and a few days later, a library staff member at Journey's school cut her hair again. And since that incident, Hoffmeyer has decided to sue in federal court.
Now listen to this, y'all.
$1 million, alleging assault and battery, the intentional infliction of emotional distress, and a violation of constitutional rights, plus racial and ethnic discrimination. In April, I asked Hoffmeyer about that last part.
How
Girl, listen
central
to
do you
this.
think it is here? Do you think that the fact that your daughter is both black and white in a predominantly white environment played a role?
See, that is the hardest question to answer, being that I hope that everybody can understand that I really don't know.
What the fuck?
Don't know.
What?
I've been in the school system
Cut on
my
the
whole-
play, flag on the play. What? Now, I need to know how many other students got their shit cut off since the reason was to even it out, or it wasn't the right length. That way, you sound like an attorney. We'd had to go through everybody that came in the library. Show me. Did you cut their hair? She's supposed to be putting books on the shelf, but she's over there super cutting. I'm telling you, I think she was trying to get a new job. He doesn't seem black identifying, to be honest. And that's why I'm saying that's why I said this lawsuit cannot be about racial discrimination, brother. It can't. I don't care how much you try to play it as racial discrimination. There's no way. First of all, I'm going to ask you, how long has your child been in this school? And has your child been successful? So why all of a sudden now this is a racial discrimination? Just ruined the whole case, Voodoo. That's what I said. I'm watching this like, are you crazy? Are you nuts? Are you? So I'm gonna stay tuned because I'm very curious to see if this man wins $1 million. He might get some money out of this because he can simply say that the child, endured some emotional distress. I think he's speaking like that because his child has to go back there. It's worse now though, y'all. It's already in the news. Like, this is worse. Like, he said it, he's put it out there, all of this. She's probably gonna have to do homeschooling. It seems like she's been bullied already. They don't like her hair at the school. I don't understand, if the other daughters go to school with her, why is she being singled out of everyone else? That would have been my first question. Oh wow. Y'all, please don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. And I appreciate you all for allowing me to come through and talk about these. Is there any? It's going to be an undisclosed amount that's nowhere near 1 million. Nowhere near 1 million. Are you kidding me? Less than 100,000. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm thinking about their insurance policy. They have insurance. You know how if a school gets shot up and the students, they have insurance policies on stuff like that for $1 million, where the victim families get like $10,000 a piece. Y'all, the Surfside Tower that collapsed, the families got $10,000 a piece for burial. The whole building. It was like 93 people dead. Each family got 10,000, so I'm looking at this like, yeah, you shooting. You definitely shooting. We're gonna see where you land, bro. It sounds like a huge miss. The other kids over there playing and smiling, I would have had you know how to play the game. They all would have had their hair all their hair would have been, they got their hair cut too. I'm telling you. Yep, nowhere near it. No more than 100,000. Period. Right, Voodoo. They need to just move and make a fresh start. That child isn't safe there. 50,000 is more like it. That sounds more like it. 50,000 and homeschool your child. We'll give you all the books you need. And if they play this right, she might get a scholarship to like a high school or a college or something if they play their cards right. But it don't seem like he's trying to go down the road of, even redemption for his child. It sounds like he wants a payday. But I'll stay tuned to that story. Thank you all for rocking with me tonight. I didn't expect it to be an hour. I was thinking I was gonna get down here and do 30 minutes, but I'm now I understand why the chat is so important, because you all kept me rolling and this feels good. We engaging. I feel like she was bullied beforehand, and this was the climax of the bullying. It was a climax. Because if I feel like if the school saw that the first time your child got their hair cut, all you did was go get it redone, and now the teacher is like, well, he probably don't know. Let me fix it. And then she feeling comfortable enough to fix it. Yeah, they think your child a whole fool. They think you are the fool, not your child. They think you as the parent are the fool. He doesn't know what he's doing. A bowl of Vicks and cut onions under the table for effect. I had my dog howling in the back. Oh, we had all kind of shit going on. Absolutely. You all don't forget that we have coming up. Do I even have it here? Do I even have it? Yeah, do. Don't forget we have this popping off. Did you guys see it? Okay, here we go. So y'all don't forget to come through. We have this going on this Wednesday. What's that? Not tomorrow. We have this going on Wednesday, and want to make sure you all are in the building. We are gonna it's gonna be a little bit different. This is gonna be more of a conversation with Rico. Nothing is planned out. Rico doesn't know, there's no planned out questions or nothing like that. This is gonna be totally off the cuff with Rico. We never talked about the first time we met or anything like that. We just met and then we hung out again. So we'll probably just talk about that. I have a couple of questions to ask him. We're gonna go into some other heavy topics. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some. We're gonna get into some mess, y'all. It's gonna be really messy. But I've been holding. We met way back in March, and he first thing Rico said to me was, "Don't make this a YouTube thing. Don't be telling this is not a YouTube thing. Okay, don't be telling nobody on YouTube." And I was like, Rico, you don't even, you gotta see. And so I think, after time went on, I was just like, we cool. Like, I'm not even on that with you, Rico. I think you are definitely somebody that I could see we just rocking with it. I was about to ask, I want to hear the shenanigans. Yes, we're going to talk about the shenanigans. I'm going to get Rico into I'm just going to ask some questions. And I think he's going to enjoy it too. It's going to be fun and lighthearted. Wait, I just realized it said clout chasing and nudity. I have a couple of questions to ask Rico about clout chasing in particular. Yeah. And nudity. And that's where we just going to see how the night goes. Lord. There's so much tea and juice in this whole package. I'm just glad. I'm just gonna leave it for Wednesday. Come on, impersonation. Rico said, yeah. Rico said it quickly. He said, this ain't gonna be no gate. He said that quickly. I said, oh, Rico, trust me. I'm not gonna say nothing. So, yeah, so thank you all. I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. I'm probably going to do a For the Culture upload. I'm probably working on one tonight. I want to talk about Nicki Minaj and her badass joke. That shit was horrible. Talk about Drake CLB going twice platinum, like already. I want to talk about Karen Civil. Like, I never really fucking liked Karen Civil. Let me tell you why I never liked Karen Civil. Karen Civil flip-flop between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B during the whole Ra Ali days. And then she settled on trying to be Nicki Minaj's do girl with the Meek Mill situation, trying to get good favor. And ever since then, I don't like do girl. I don't like in between when the money good. Bitch, you need to be good all the time. I don't like that shit. So I never really liked Karen Civil. And so to hear that she's so sneaky with all these industry men, I am so glad that she's getting trashed. Have your banner ready. Oh, voodoo. Peace and blessings, King Roman in chat. Thank you, Michelle, for coming through. I appreciate it. Voodoo must with the trigger figure. Karen was always a snake to me. Always. You can tell Karen was a snake. She was all about her bag. And then you're charging Tom Joyner $60,000 for marketing services. Like, what the fuck you did? Same. My spirit never took her. She did interviews on Hot 97, but yeah, she did. Like, her shit don't stink. That's what happens when you get in the industry and you get plugged by one person and you think that clout gonna let you go. She was down with The Rock. She was all a part of that shit, and then they all got disbanded, and she kind of sort of tried to like keep it going. Karen getting called out by everybody, and I'm so fucking happy. And then she paid for Jason Lee to get hacked, and she thought that was like a cute thing to say. Like, you're corny. You need to stop. So I'm glad that that's happening with her. And then I want to talk about my hood boo, Lil Baby, and his fake Protect. Like, I don't understand how you make so much money and you still getting fake watches and jewelry. Like, I don't get it. Diddy and Jermaine. Diddy's so corny. Like, Diddy probably could beat Jermaine, y'all, in a versus battle. But the problem is that nobody wants to hear Diddy shit. Like, you can do a versus battle, but Diddy don't even need to be there. Just let a DJ play Diddy's hits. Like, Diddy isn't somebody that people really, really want to go and see. It's not the first time she was under fire. Should see her by now. Plus, she dated O'Malley, Meek's best friend. Exactly. That's why Meek was like, you trying to switch between the two. You good, boo. Hood boo. Lil Nas X and Montero, the album. It's cool. I don't know. I don't want to say it here. I'm gonna say it for my video. Then Wendy Williams and her psychiatric needs. You know, Wendy Williams pulled this stunt every time she's doing a premiere of her season. Last year, the year before that, she slipped and fell. Every time there's a premiere of her show, she gets sickly. Something happened. Today, a couple of hours ago, I just read a report. Her family is reporting that she's fine and she's all okay now. So I'm over her. And then the Tiger and Nikita Dragon. So I'm going to probably do a video on that tonight. She did some doxing activity going on Facebook to get old girl's real name. Diddy corny. JD is the better. Yeah, he is. JD will make a better versus battle. I don't care if Diddy has more records. JD is a lot more entertaining. Diddy is just corny to me. I didn't listen to Montero yet. So Montero is definitely a pop hip hop album. It's more pop than it is hip hop. And on the records that he tried to make hip hop, I want you to listen to his lyrics. I want to sit down with him. Like, I can put a mask on. He don't even have to see my face. Like, no clout, no shade. Like, even we can do a Zoom. I just want to tell him, bruh, go walk through the hood with the shit you got on. And like, you need to be touching people who can be really affected by your story, not trying to sell the story. Why are you trying to sell being gay? That's my only problem with it. I feel like he's trying to sell the illusion, this vision of being gay. Like, we all out here doing that. No, the fuck we are not. Instead of sharing his story, that shit bothers me. So I have a love and hate relationship with him. It's a scheme. Ty came up to come with. Scheme Ty came up to come with us with the bullshit. You think so? I need Wendy to listen to her therapist and heal. She's the type to not listen to anybody. You know what's so bad was that I saw her ankles and I think it's like towels, permanent towels on her ankles. That shit, that is bad. When you know when you're walking and your legs is leaking. I remember my grandmother was like that, but she was much, much older in age. Well, like 95, 96. So she really does need to listen. She really does. And sit down. You don't have to be popular all the time. You like chill. What the fuck? Why everybody want to be popping? Like, damn. Also, Karen always bothered me because she claims to be young, but I'm not gonna do this. She look real like she's in her 40s and cosplaying youth. She can definitely pass for a 45, 46. She's like, she could hang with Vivica Fox and no one would think either one of them were older than the other one. They would be like, you guys aged well. He's a troll. He is doing too much clownery. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm glad some people see it. So she has swollen so bad and it's time to retire. It really is. She doesn't want to pass the baton. The best way to retire is passing the baton so you know you'll always have a legacy. These people don't want to pass shit on. They want to always think they're going to hold it. The best way to hold on to something is to learn how to pass it on to someone else so that legacy you've had will grow and grow and grow. But she gonna be trying to give news from her hospital bed. That wraps it up perfectly. She can hang out with Vivica and no one with bad eye. Stop it. Yes, a crab cake. Yes, I'm about to give me some crab cakes, y'all. Thank you guys for being here with me. I know I was all over the place, but the main thing I want to talk about was a crime story. So I appreciate you all rocking out. Come join me Wednesday. I think we might do a CSI on Thursday. I'm gonna check in with Bree and ODS to see if we'll do it. Wednesday we'll be talking beef sector. I'll give my commentary on the whole Dovey and this racist thing. Like, y'all making me fucking sick with this shit. Like, I swear to fucking God, y'all. I swear to God. I feel like you guys are acting very geeky and ghetto. Dovey, I feel like it's it's annoying to me. Like, how much are y'all gonna play this whole white? She calling The girl said the N-word on your platform and you kept the conversation going. I don't care if people were going off on her. It's ghetto, it's hood, it's debauchery. You're going low up the low, but in real life you'll be offended by this shit, but you can do it on your YouTube channel and platform for views. Like, it's corny as fuck. Like, y'all are everybody who does it. You're ghetto, you're geeky. Find another way to have content. And the beautiful thing about it is the content creators I go up with, who I check with on like constantly, they haven't said shit about it. They don't fuck with that kind of topic and those kind of things, but you all do. And you act like you don't interact with white people who say that. They do say that in real life. You don't check them. I bet you don't. I bet you don't. But you down here causing a whole big fucking thing. Like, oh my God, like, who fucking cares? I don't give a fuck about Misty. I will never meet a Misty bitch, her husband. I don't give a fuck. It's not commentary. It's not content. It's horrible. The shit is whack. And that's why I don't go over there. Y'all do anything for comment. Y'all do anything. And this shit is so annoying. That's why y'all didn't see me this weekend in the beef sector. I was looking around at everybody like, are y'all fucking kidding me? Like, this is not who I am. I'm not, this is like, I go only so far with y'all. Then y'all start getting fucking ridiculous for content. Then you do 3 to 4 fucking hours live about it. The fuck is wrong with y'all? She said the N-word, and so she said the N-word. And so now, I don't give a fuck. And why do you? Like, the shit is annoying. It gets played out, y'all. The shit is like, oh man, I'm sorry. Yes, crab cakes. It is. I have to, Miles. I promise you. In order for me to maintain sanity, I had to go away because it's so whack. It's like, and then what I want y'all to pay attention to is notice the content creators who are large in the beef sector who don't say shit about stuff like this, who don't touch it, who don't talk about it. And if they do, it's on somebody else's channel. They leave it where it is, because you know what? It makes no fucking sense. You having these conversation about topics. None of you all are motherfucking theorists or theologists. None of you all have researched any of this stuff. None of you all have the psychological wherewithal to even understand or interpret anything like this for anyone. All you know is it's a fucking bad word, so no one should use it. Fuck out of here. Like that, it makes me sick. Like, I swear to God, it makes me sick. There's no excuses for it. And then Voodoo, what kills me is it's cute to let her sit there and carry on a conversation. My husband, yeah, he on disrespect, and he called me it too sometime. I'm saying, and as I'm watching this, y'all, I'm sitting here thinking like, so no one cuts this off. This is entertaining. Like, we're watching this. This is fun. Like, this is cool. Oh, wow, y'all, look at her. Oh, let me get up here and go off. No, it's not. It's actually what it is counterintuitive. It makes the content creator who lets that shit on her, like, Dovey, I will always look at you like you're a little delayed and behind 2 cars. Always. I'm sorry. You've done far enough shit. You've said far enough shit to be your age. I don't care. Girl, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. But it's just pathetic. You should have been closed that shit off and let it go. Now everybody's supposed to be mad at Misty. No, I don't give a fuck about a Misty. I'm looking at Dovey like, so this is the kind of shit you allow in your real life? If it's not, then why here? Oh, for views. You trying to get monetized, huh? You want that check. Do you know how much AdSense checks are? I'm sure it's not going to be enough to get you that transmission you needed. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Can we talk about how Loop successfully... Risa, she did that shit so lovely. She did it so lovely. And she totally accepted it, too. The thing was, she didn't even have to do much of nothing. All she had to do was just be quiet, stop scheduling lives, stop posting on her community wall, and stop putting on colorful wigs, and nobody paid her an attention. And now she's just floating with the wind. I still look at her like she crazy. Long breaks this whole year. I be lost most of the time. Miles, I'm getting there, and it's so funny. Like, how the hell I'm doing a beef sector thing, but I'm sitting here like getting disgusted, and I be sitting here thinking like, what the fuck are y'all talking about today? I just didn't want to participate. I would have chopped it off at the knees and kept it pushing. Ain't no way it would have continued on to the next day. for content. This is content for them though. Like this is really content. And then what kills me is that the questions that the subscribers have in the chats are the same questions over and over. There's no new dynamic to the question. It's the same question, and everybody got to be appalled at the question. Did she really? Why didn't they? And it's like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all be doing the same shit next week. Next week it's gonna be an Asian. It's gonna be somebody Asian saying a black derogatory word, and we're gonna be outraged then. Then the week after that, it'll be somebody Puerto Rican. Then you'll have a man on here calling a child a name. Then we'll have it's outrage after outrage after outrage. I don't take any of y'all outrages serious. Very few of y'all outrages I take serious. The rest of y'all is just content creators who want to create this shit. Like, it's annoying. It's like, and that's sort of why I did this whole beef sector show, to make some fun out of this shit. Like, let's break down what y'all are talking about and doing so we can see how this is. You're going far beyond beef. You do know that, right? Like, sometimes some of this stuff starts hitting on real shit that some of you motherfuckers not even ready to deal with. You're not. You haven't dealt with it in your real life, but you come down here trying to do it like you got some wherewithal. I'd be like, for the life of me, bitch, read a book for real. She didn't have to do much of nothing. She dropped that blessed mess and it spiraled from there. She set a fire and walked away in the midst of that chaos. All I could do is clap at the strategy. That's it. And you know, somebody like me, take note. Ding. I might do a whole series on it. Shantae, wait, did I miss somebody? Shantae Elba, hey, how's it going? I enjoyed it at one point, but now I just tune in spirit. Because you know why? Getting older. That's why when I look at some people who claim to been down here like 10 and all these years, and they're still with the fuck shit, still doing this, and then think they're better than, like, some of these folks down here think they're better than others, and you be sitting there like, but you've been down in the beef sector for 10 years, and your brand, you don't have a brand, or you're still in the same position. Yeah, fuck out of here. This only lasts so far. I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. In the beef sector, like, if you won't be like an Armand Wiggins or like an Alexander Rogers or Lovely T if you just do beef sector commentary. So no matter how big you get in the beef sector, you have to do something else and talk about something else. Just saying. Some people just take it like that. I don't take any outrage serious because it doesn't make sense when we're all watching people say wild stuff consistently and then they get outraged. Kiki gonna say one thing and then they'll be outraged. And another person to say another thing. I mean, I remember my first outrage was when it was like telling Rico to die. I wish you die, or you about to die. And I was just like, I was on the live holding my phone like, oh my God. I think I text Rico like, bro, fuck them. You good. As I do all other content creators. Like, I don't like shit like that. People are coming out the bushes to hit the panel to talk about this mess. And then they allow them. And they don't have any fruitful conversation thing to add to the conversation. All they do is add their sense in for clout. Well, this is what I thought. Why did they do this? Well, and it's like, you didn't get the answer out of this. Like, is it not clear as fucking day? But we'll be talking. You're right. We're gonna be talking about this shit tomorrow. They're gonna be, and I won't be in the chat. I definitely won't be in the chat. It's not beef, y'all. That's not beef. The other beef that we have down here, everybody's trying to skirt under the rugs, but whatever. Nope, it's a cap to the beef sector. It really is a cap to the beef sector. Get it? I'm there, child. I do love Houston Bray Roman channel. They're a breath of fresh air around here. Like the mess, it gets a little too much. Oh, thank you. Yes, in the Wiley show. Yes, like it because people, like, they forget that we are humans too. Like, we can see past the bullshit. Like, it would be plenty of times where I'm just looking at content creators talking. I'm looking at them like, you're lying, or they will say something and they already know the answer to it, but they're just saying it for effect to see. And then she said, and y'all, I was like, what? And that's when I'm like, oh my fucking God. It's redundant. And these people are too intrusive on others' real lives, popping in every now and then, keeps it interesting. Hey, peace, love. That's why the lines are blurred between content creators and subbies. There are many content creators out here with no channel. And bam, there it is. And you know what my friend calls them? He calls those folks chat creators. They only go live to create content for the chat. You're not live to create content, visual content to provide some educational or informative experience or to share commentary that's going to carry a positive conversation on. What you're doing is causing conversation for the chat. You want folks to talk in your chat and carry this, and you want to hear your name out there. Oh, this person said that person said that. It's like, grow the fuck up. And then you look at people's ages, like, you can tell the difference between the content creators who are giving you some wisdom. Like, for example, some people may not, but like sometimes, Quantity definitely gives you wisdom. Sometimes you definitely, as a doubt of a fact, you're going to listen to what she says because it's going to be a drop in there like, that's fucking true. There's wisdom. It ain't always a fucking breakdown. It ain't always trying to tear you down. It ain't always trying, even though it may feel like that, it's not like that. I even caught myself like, nah, it ain't even like that. And so, but some content creators, they don't even give you wisdom. All they do is, bitch, shut the fuck up, and I'm motherfucking you, motherfucker, and bitch, you motherfucker, and I got better, and I'm better than you, and I'm better than you. You're better than me, and you're down here on YouTube screaming at me, but you're better than me. Bitch, please. You'll never catch me. That's why I said I'm not made for the beef sector, because I'll pick and choose who I respond to. I'll look at somebody and laugh. I'll come on this bitch and laugh at you. I would. That would be my response to you. I don't have to come down here and act like I'm better than you, nor am I going to be sparsing with you on YouTube. I have neighbors. I have integrity. I have talent. I can put a fucking video together and trash your ass if I wanted to. Oh, yes, I can. I've made 2 videos and I was like, nah, it's not worth it. I loved it when it was pure roast around here. Then Doxson added a layer that was not needed and completely unnecessary. A series of escalations to one of up each other. That's all it is. And that's why I did that top 10 triggers. And I'm so glad James sat down with me and we went through that, because I wanted people to see how slow and how delayed they were in understanding that the triggers that you employ down here, you react differently in your real life. So why are you down here playing with this shit? Like, why are you down here carrying on in this manner when you know in your real life this is stuff that would bother you, hurt you, offend you? I don't get it. And then a lot of that comes out of this. You have a lot of childish people who are longing for attention. Like, some folks, this is the only attention they get when they cut on this live, and they come out here and they talk about mess. You can't get them to tell you when the last book they read. I'm not down here to talk about the last book I read. I'm not down here to be peaceful. I'm down here to keep up the beef. I'm for the mess. And it's like, okay, now let me tell you this. YouTube gonna get your ass. I'm telling you, YouTube is gonna get your ass. Them community guidelines ain't there for no reason. And if you are projecting hate speech, and if you are out here projecting a very violent and confrontational channel, trust me, your days are numbered. Y'all better take note. Dee Loop Loop didn't do anything but one thing for me. She reads, she understands. Cyber stalking, that's a real thing, and she absolutely 100% can use that. I just didn't think anybody in the beef sector would stoop to use that, because everybody does this. They stalk, they threaten, they talk. But you know how you combat that? With cyber stalking and community guidelines. And I'm telling some content creators, it's going to get far enough where folks are going to strike that ass. And your channel's going to come down. Yeah, I'm going to create another one. Then you're going to get banned. I'm not trying to be hateful, but sometimes, and y'all, you got to inject wisdom. You got to talk about other stuff. You got to it gets too heavy. You got intellectuals, people who are thorough, who read, who understand in your chat, who got money, who don't always want to come down here for your immature ass bullshit. It's ridiculous. In my real life, I would never fucking talk to a Misty. In my real life, there would be no reason for me to have a space for me and Misty to even occupy. So why the fuck am I sitting here listening to this barnyard jargon, call me out my fucking name, and I can't reach out and touch, but we gonna do this because it's content? You might as well go out to the police and let them arrest your ass. Everything that Black Lives Matter and everything we be fighting for and all that other shit, you might as well just slap it in your face and say, well, this is commentary. We want to have the conversation. You really, you do? Let me ask you, what were you doing when we were having all these riots and shit? Were you having a conversation then? Like, baby, the days I be feeling like some of these CCs be trying to relive their high school years. Baby, the days where they will upload a roast going back to back and show who had the quick wit, jokes, and holding power. Then the CCs will move on the next day or so. And that's where the talent comes from. See, you can come down here and have no talent, but YouTube will make a person have talent. You will learn how to edit videos. You will learn how to put a script together. Shit, I be in my office sometime like, I want to do a video. I come up with a topic. I write out different ideas from that topic, what's going to be catchy, and then I put it down and say, okay, I can come to that one day. You learn that shit, but you don't learn nothing in the fucking beefing sector all 10 fucking years or however long you've been down here for. That's not like, what are you doing it? If you're doing it just to yell and scream and it's fun and it's interesting, you tell me that shit when you turn 40. Like, when you look back, you wasted all your time on YouTube doing that. Not me. I don't roll like that. I don't live like that. Everything I do, I want it to be quality. I want somebody to take something away from every fucking thing I do. I want to be looked at as someone who has integrity, someone who is able to live their truth online and offline. So if I'm not that way offline, there's no fucking way you're going to get me to come out of my box online. No way. Are you kidding me? Like, what? Please. What the fuck? How about it's completely unnatural for me to even be talking back and look, peace. Now listen. Now that's why me and ODS linked up. Me and him see right here. I don't do none of this. Like, are you kidding me? You think I'm about to sit right here and go back and forth? Okay, bitch, that's why you and nah. Then I'm come down here, bitch. Who the fuck does that? I'm a whole professional ass man from 9 to 5, like getting that money, man. And I'm a man. I'm a fucking alpha. Like I'm a whole man of integrity. You know, I volunteer at the rescue mission where I'm at 2.5 hours out of the week each week. People look up to me. I also go to the nursing home and let my dog be emotional support. So how do I do all of that and then come down here and curse bitches out for no fucking reason? You tell me where to disconnect that in my real life that causes me to think that that's okay. It's not. That's why I edit videos and I talk about shit like that and I present it in this manner. Even the beef sector shit I do. When I do my beef sector videos, I have to make a game and make it fun and joke about it because who the fuck I'm gonna go back and forth with? Be real. Who down here I'm gonna go back and forth with on YouTube? First of all, in due time, I know big people on YouTube. I do. I think Spiller Boy may even be familiar, but I do. I really do. And how dare I let any one of them see me acting like that or carrying on that way? I'll tell a bitch, say less, and I'll move the fuck on. That's not a part of who I am. It's never been. Nobody can tear my confidence down. Nobody can make or break me. You can't steal my shine, bitch. I've been doing it for 33 years. On the 19th of October, it's going to be 34. Bitch, please. And I wish some people just understand that. Like, it gets enough. YouTube is already stashing channels. I say let them have at it. Oh yeah, I'm trying to tell you, y'all better watch how Treasure Lane split his channels up. People are smart down here. They trust me. I'm watching, and I'm not saying nothing. I'm just watching. Like, okay, I see you reliving their high school days, and it's pathetic. My thing is, you reliving your high school days. Did you graduate? The fuck? Too many content creators need the chat to sustain and create content. If YouTube took away the live, imagine how many of these CCs would be done for. You know what that's called? Talentless. And you also need instant gratification. That's why people have the chat. It's instantly gratifying for you to know that you said something and someone in the chat agreed with you. So much that they're gonna cash app you or super chat you. They're yesing you. They make you feel good, and that's why you have people who have what I call the live bug, where they have to go live all the time. I have to go live. I gotta go live today. I gotta go live. I gotta get that attention. I gotta get that fulfillment. I gotta get that. And it's sick. Because YouTube can go away tomorrow, and what would you have? You've learned no lesson from your life. You've taken no resources from your life to learn how to make yourself happy without YouTube. There's so many different ways of gratifying and getting attention. And I promise you, when you get the right attention in your real life it makes for a better person when you come here online. Then you'll be really having something to share, and you'll be in a better position to be the better you. But when you come down here under a malicious intent, and I get, don't get it twisted. I know the beef sector is all about roasting and gagging, and it's comedic, but sometimes it's not comedic. You don't see no fucking Martin Lawrence talking about some of the shit y'all talking about down here. And if they do racial jokes, Dave Chappelle, all of them, it's a joke and it moves on. And it goes the fuck on. We don't have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 talking about the same fucking shit. And y'all still got questions? That's why I asked, did you get your G? Like, have y'all graduated? The fuck? You can tell who was never popular. You can absolutely tell who was never popular. And that's the sad part. The ones who are never popular are the ones who hold dear to the control that they have. The ones who feel like if somebody comes and takes a little power away from me or is more popular than me, I gotta crush them. Them are the ones who are the most combative, the ones who don't want to share any shine, the ones who are like in let me not say that. Let me continue being my neutral self. But you all definitely know the ones who've never been popular. And I'm not gonna sit up here and say I was the most popular kid in school, but I definitely was a leader. Whether it was popular or not, I was the leader. I was student government president, freshman class president. I was the leader. Everything that was top and gravy, Roman was trying to do it. And so that reflects in my YouTube life. Like I'm trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Like that's, and so when you look at content creators down here and see where they fold and fall into play, it's very interesting because you get to see, okay. And it's almost like a book. Like, okay, I know she's going to do that next. It's I can only think of a handful of who could survive if YouTube took away live and things went back to an upload. Listen, when a person can come down, and y'all gonna know who I'm talking about, when a person can come down here and upload a video of a song, of their intro song, and just dance on it for 2 minutes and get views, say no more. I tried to have a fun channel, but after the back and forth and fighting demonic energies, it's not worth it and certainly not a good time. Entertaining to watch with popcorn, though. And it is entertaining. And that's the thing about it. Like, by all means, I give credit and power to people who do it. That's why I think I said it in one of my lives before. I said, I know your soul can't be 100% great. It takes a lot of hate and energy to come down here and say some of the nasty, salacious shit day in and day out, and to be constantly thinking your mind in a place of attack. Like, I gotta be better. I could never come down here and be comparing myself to another YouTube content. I don't. And anybody I want to compare myself with, I become friends. I look at them as somebody who can mentor me. I find a connection. That's what my therapist told me. That's how you break down those layers of jealousy or envy. You find a connection. Like, what about that I find so compelling and interesting that I need to learn? And hence you'll see the connections that I've made on YouTube and why they've been so impactful, because it's not me coming from a jealous place. It's literally me reaching out to people saying, hey, yo, how you do that? And it don't hurt, y'all. It don't hurt to connect. You're not clout chasing. Clout chasing is when you're doing it underhandedly. And then when it's all done, you forget who helped you and pushed you there. But see, when you do it from building that connection, you never got to worry about that, because that building of that connection is always going to be intact. I've built some great connections down here within the last September 29th will be 12 months of me being a content creator on YouTube. Within these last 11 months, some beautiful connections, some folks that I can hit up on my phone right now. Hey, what's up? What you doing? That's beautiful. And that came out of not jealousy, not envy. And there's some of the top folks down here. So that's why I'm saying, like, the problem is that people don't know how to separate themselves from being salacious, being evil, saying some of the most nastiest shit, entertaining some of this stuff for the content and the views. For the bitch, get creative. And if you want to have a racist discussion, have a discussion about it. Get somebody on your panel who can have a conversation about it. Don't go get the Barnyard Clan and then a couple of folks in the beef sector to fucking yell and go back and forth because it's entertaining. You know what it is? At the end of the day, if anybody was ever to come back to that live for a moment in history or anything, you will look so fucking dumb. You will look coonish. I would never want to ever look coonish. I always said if I was in the beef sector, the end of my video will always be laced with a little piece of knowledge, like a little piece of like, okay, but you know, because I don't understand how you feel, how you can sleep at night like that. They don't seem to be interested in growing or learning how to edit. It's crazy the way they hold up their phone. They don't. And I'm gonna say this, and people can take it how they want to take it. Some of these fucking people have been down here for years and their intros fucking suck. Your intros look like, I'm saying it. Yes, I'm saying it. Your intros fucking suck. Y'all go look at these people in these other sectors who've been down here for 2010 doing it. Intros look good. Y'all lazy. Y'all sitting on your virtues because you're in the beef sector and all you got to do is curse people out. Your intros suck. I'm keeping it real with you. Your intros look third grade. There's no reason all these new content creators coming in here with better intros than some of these people who've been down here 5 and 6 and 7 years and always talking shit. Well, I get the views. Yeah, you've been down here long enough. I expect you to get the views, but your shit still looks stank. It's not quality. That's why I say in the beef sector, you'll never go far because little dumb shit is accepted. I don't even want to say some of the folks intros that I've seen, but when I tell you, I'll be sitting here thinking like, so no one ever tapped you on your shoulder to tell you it's time to change the song or maybe change the visuals or maybe update this shit. I mean, you can get a good person to do an intro for like 50 fucking bucks. A 20-second intro, like, come on now. But y'all more worried about, oh, I got the numbers. Yeah, you got the numbers, but your shit is, you have the numbers, but your content, the stuff that you're producing is it's worthless. And then I'm gonna do a beef sector video on one of these Wednesdays. I think in November. It's gonna be on how much do they really make in the beef sector, and it's gonna be really, really good, y'all. There's this guy on YouTube. All you got to do is send him content creators who have more. They got to have more than 5,000 subscribers, and he will look up how much they make in 365 days. He has some program. I don't know if he's on the NNN. And so I reached out to him and put 2 content creators in the beef sector in his comments, and he returned some information back to me. And so I'm going to do put a video together, but I want to make sure it's a complete body of work. So I'm putting that together so you all can have the perspective I have and stop being impressed by piddly shit. You making a nickel on a video and you around here, I got the numbers. Yeah, you got the numbers, but you're not getting paid. And let me tell you something else. Add value. The value of ads go up when you have good content. So I can do all my crime stories in the world, but you know the value of an ad on my crime stories versus the value of an ad on your beef sector is extremely more. I have all kind of tags. I have all kind of researchable information. I have all kind of different elements and algorithms on those kind of videos. I have one video now, 95,000 views. It's going to keep going and keep going. I see it every day, 15 or more views every single day. It's called historical knowledge, historical information. So that'll always stay in moving. Do you think beef sector videos will do that a year from now? The shit y'all talking about, the Misty. You think that's going to be something y'all going to play a year from now where you're making money? See, y'all think about short-term money right now, today, next month, this month. My AdSense check this month going to be great. Yeah, but what about the AdSense check in a year from now? I want my videos to work for me when I'm done. That's what I think about. I think about, okay, let me get a topic that's going to still be searchable. They're going to always search for these crime story people. They're going to always want to know what happened to that story. And guess what videos are going to pop up? Do you think they're going to always search for beef sector stuff? But if they do, guess what video will pop up for beef sector? So you got to be smart about what you're doing. You guys are just this shit. And then like for me, it's unfortunate. I'm getting in here and I'm starting to learn shit that I didn't know, and it's turning me off from shit that I've been like looking at. Like, girl, you can't even hold a lick to me. Like, what? I'm sorry, y'all. This was supposed to be crime stories. I done ran it. Damn, I didn't mean to do that. I can't do the arguing thing. If you make me mad, if you make me that mad, I'd rather reach out and touch for real. That's why I already said I don't do the back and forth. I've been told you, I won't even tell you to pull up. I find my address, dox me, and you pull up and you see what happened. I'm not even going to allow. I want to have plausible deniability in the court of law. Your Honor, I didn't know he was coming. I had no knowledge of it. I didn't give him my address. So when he came up, I felt extremely threatened, and that ass got what it needed. I'm sorry. That's exactly what I want to happen. You find and you pull up. I'm not that kind of fucking dumb. Did you graduate? Man, Voodoo, the upload days was a good mixture of roasting content, from story times to reality reviews to topic views. The mess would come in at times. It was a great viewing. It really was, y'all. I went and caught a few content creators. Now I'm doing this little beef sector show. I often catch myself looking at older videos from these content creators, and the level of thought that went into what they were saying, the level of just sincerity. It wasn't about trying to be provocative. It was definitely about sharing and telling a story, whether they were, fibbing or not. It was engaging. Now it's, hey y'all in the chat, hey y'all. Oh, what she say? I ain't see that live today. What she say? Okay, and it's like, damn. If y'all got the wrong people in this sector, they will flag y'all all day down for this kind of shit. Like literally, that's why I will forever support the CCs who do the uploads. I watch all of James Roman. Oh, thank you. And in the uploads, it takes a lot more work. It takes a lot more work to do an upload than it does take a live. That's why I said I'm gonna come do a crime story live. But you know what? The uploads, you learn so much in editing. You learn how to master your own brand. Can't nobody tell you shit. Can't nobody say nothing to you. And I'm gonna say this. And I'm not trying to be offensive, but I was in Duchess Kelly Love chat, and Billie Jean was in Duchess Kelly Love chat, and I wanted Billie Jean to come on one of my beef sector shows one day. And you know what she said in the chat? She said, "Oh my God, who told King Roman I know how to edit videos? Well, if he wants me to edit any of his videos, tell him to join the long line." And I was in my office and damn near spit my coffee out like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Ma'am, no. Ma'am, no. Ma'am, never. Ma'am, sorry. Ma'am, no. And then I added her like, hey, what's your email? I want to reach out to you. And she's like, well, if you're trying to ask me to, so I politely said, thank you. And thank you, but no thank you. I'm sorry. The fuck? Like, it's rude. It's like, I'm not one of those people that you're used to down here who just want to come go live. No, I actually don't mind editing a fucking video and putting it together. I look at some of these these content creators who are big timing, and I look at my content and put it up against theirs. Fuck a beef sector person's content. Are you kidding me? Somebody whose intro looks like, oh, are you kidding me? No, I look at people who are really doing this shit and going somewhere, and I figure out how they're doing it. For one, they don't go live every day. That's some beef sector ghetto celebrity gossip kind of bullshit. They put together a packaged piece of content and then they produce it and go live. That's what they do. That's why I'm trying to package my stuff together and do it in a way that's searchable and brings me the best value in the future. It takes a lot of energy to stay in survival mode all of the time. And who wants to do that? Listen, Risa, you can't drop down in chats. If you in the beef sector, you can't jump on certain panels. You can't talk to certain content creators. And when I felt like I was in that mode where I couldn't drop down certain chats, or I said, this ain't, what the fuck? I've been on YouTube for 11 years. For all this time, I've never been in this position where I can't drop in a person's chat because I'm in somebody else's chat. Fuck y'all. You don't pay my YouTube premium bill and you don't pay my income. You don't give me nothing. So I'm only doing this to be allegiant to you so you can shout my name out. If I don't go create me a fucking channel on my own and get some allegiances with the people who are really the real deal, and that's what I did. Fuck, I don't have time for that fake shit. I'm not like that. I'm not jealous. I'm not envious. I believe everybody got a piece of the pie. I'm willing to work. I believe in putting in the work. That's my thing. I'm not about I'm about to go live. No, fuck that shit. That shit is whack. It's whack. And it's not who I am. At least I miss the old times. It was pure content back then. Man, I wish I was around. Exactly. That's how I moved. But then I was called a clout chaser. You can tell many are not professionals that understand networking. They don't. Period. They don't. People think clout, they get clout chasing and networking confused. Like, if I'm trying to be around you because you are thriving in some area, how the fuck is that clout chasing? In common world, that's networking. That's getting yourself around the right people. Hello. How the fuck you think I'm able to get a beef sector show? The first person on my show is Spill It Boy TV. That's called networking and getting yourself around the right people who are respectful, who know what they're doing, who are not looking for somebody to be clout chasing them. He's one of the coolest people down here. Now, he don't take no shit, and he may not respond back to you ASAP, but cool as hell and want to see everybody thrive within reason. But you can't ride his back. You got to do the work. And that's the one thing I applaud him for, making people hold him to it. You got to do the fucking work. And so all these other people, that's why I don't be so impressed by some of these other people down here. I'm like, yeah, girl, bye. Yeah, I'm not impressed by you at fuck all. I don't care how good you can read. You can read a fucking book and you can read my feet. You can suck. The people who can read well down here, great. That's all that goes. You can just read well down here. You do nothing else for me. You hold no way else in life. Yeah. Eventually, I'm gonna put my commercials on here. I used to do commercials. I'm gonna put one commercial up, just so y'all can see and get familiar with like some of my professional history. And I'm saying all that to say, people be down here talking about they like hot stuff, and you be like, but girl, you've been down in the beef sector for 10 years and you're still the same, no different, no wealth. I'm thinking like 10 years, bitch, 2 homes. At least 10 years on YouTube, Roman, 10 years on YouTube, 2 homes, period. 2 homes. Mark my words, 2 homes. That's how the kind of goals I set. I don't set, I think I heard Didi Loop Loop saying her goal is to have 1 million views. I said, is she slow? You don't set the goal to have 1 million views. You set the goal to have good content. The views gonna come, sweetheart. Who sets their goal on having 1 million views versus $1 million bucks? Y'all bitches is fucking backwards, and that shit kills me, because it's like I'm supposed to be down here submitting to y'all and acting like y'all better than me, and like whoa. Yeah, okay, that's why I be in the chat moving the way I do, like okay girl, okay, you all right. And I don't think I'm better than no one, but sometimes you got to just look at a motherfucker and say do better. And that's what I'm saying. I think that's basically what I'm saying is y'all got to do fucking better. If you're going to do this beef sector shit, do it, but make sure you wise up, boss up, you know, do an upload that provide commentary on the live you just did, where you giving us some positive, you know, screen grabs of real world topics that relate to some of the beef sector shit. That's what I was trying to do. Fuck. Oh my God, the Barnyard Clan. We're going to call that Dovey's Yard. Child, where's the collection plate? Peace. This was not supposed to turn out like this. Some don't even have intros. Oh, I'm way behind. Oh, the track superstar chat. So this is the word. The child in November is coming. It's about to get real silly and cat around these parts. It's like hi King. Hey Tony, what's going on? Can't me. You're catching a good sound. Peace, love. You better tell them, King. Oh my God. Oh, I'm behind y'all. My bad. I'm thinking big sector, small numbers, base production, no disrespect, but I'm trying to really. Peace. That's all it took. I know he's gonna kill me for this. Joe. Hey, Nessa girl. So put me on to what people were making at certain view counts and allow me the opportunity to talk with their used to partner manager. And when I tell you, I learned so fucking much. Like, oh, I learned so much. You know how they be talking about, I'm going to be in the algorithms. You're going to get me out the algorithms. They don't even know what they talking about when it comes to the algorithms. Like, I haven't been live. You don't go live so much, you're going to fall out the algorithm. I be thinking to myself, like, do you think YouTube created its platform that you must go live to stay in the algorithm? You got to think about not just your beef sector in your little corner. You have to think about the entire platform. And if you think that you go live every day means you're going to stay in the algorithm, what do you think that means for the billions and millions of people who use YouTube? Okay. Now you go to your most popular channels on YouTube and you tell me how often they're going live. Okay. All right. I'm telling you, it was a very insightful conversation, y'all. It took some of my fave CCs a year or two to go live once YouTube rolled it out. That's why I put my real channel on hold. It only has 15 subs. I'm almost ready. Some of my faves have never gone live. it's a thing to it, because I think what happens is when you go live, you get the live bug. It's instant gratification. I'm instantly talking to people. I'm here. I can get it out. You know, you guys are looking at me. I'm adoring. And it's like, what the fuck? You don't get that in your real life. You don't have, like, you can't come down here to find, like, what I can't wait till I hope Chocolate Bay is out there. I can't wait till we do our, I can bring you up, because I have so many things I want to talk to you about that topic. And I thought to myself, she really thinks she's about to check him and about to find out. Like, don't get that mod stick, get your feelings hurt. Yep, some don't even know how much money they're leaving on the floor because they haven't utilized that live button. Most of them are just uncomfortable with the lack of control. Speak your goals to have A+ production content. The rest will come. That's absolutely it. Most CCs upload max twice a week, depending on the sector. Ah, that's Millie boy. Hey, caught me. Most content creators upload max twice a week, depending on the sector. Yep. And that's the thing. Like, if you can, it's nothing wrong with going live, but you can't, it's like you got to find a time to go live, like a real live channel. Like, we know that this news is coming on at 5 o'clock every day on this channel. So I'm gonna go to that channel every day at 5 o'clock for that news. That's how you do it. It ain't okay. This, and this, because you're not building nothing unless you have, like, you do like the TV show reviews. The TV show goes on, you know it's gonna go off. You know there's a certain time before you're gonna get that review before the next show. See, that's different. That already follows a predetermined schedule. People know when to come to expect those reviews. But for other stuff, it's like you just hot pocket. You know, even with the celebrity gossip stuff, it's like, okay, so like one thing for me is I always watch Complex. Like, I do my, for a secret, y'all, but I do my For the Culture. I format it as if I'm one of Complex's online magazine editors, where I'm telling the story like they would do on their YouTube channel, because eventually in the future, as you see those Complex magazines on side the screen, I want to demo reel all of that together and send it to Complex and ask them, can I be one day? Can I intern? So there's a very much strategy behind when you see certain articles. You'll see a lot of Complex, a lot of CNBC, a lot of Source. You'll see that specifically for a reason, because they have online digital platforms and they have people like me, and I want to get myself in the game. So there's a reason, you know, to it, and there's power that comes with, you know, doing those uploads. So it's a good balance. I don't think you have to go live like every day, 5 times a day, just to prove your point. Consistency builds loyal followers. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The gaming and reality TV review sector is the only ones where I saw uploads daily and multiple videos. And their audience is a lot different. Sometimes you can do a reality TV review, and then you can do a review on the reality TV star because they've now responded to something. So it's like you have multiple layers within that time frame before that next episode comes out. People have built their entire channels around specific shows and reality shows. Again, Sherelle's World, she gets 2,000 in her chat while people be running around here saying, oh, you got 1,000. She gets 2,000 in her chat regularly. Like, I be over there looking like, wow. Just regularly. It was a lot. Hey, Carrie, it's cool. Oh no, I'm late again. Sounds like you're wrapping up. Yeah, I'm wrapping up. It's been 2 hours. Thank you all for rocking with me. I really do appreciate y'all. I've been all over the place, and I did not intend to be all over the place. But I'm so glad I was able to get some of these things out and say them and get them off my chest, because I felt like it needed to be said. Again, Wednesday night, come back. We're gonna chit chat with Rico. Next week, I don't know what show it's gonna be. We have like 4 shows already confirmed with the guests. I just got to figure out the time frames that works with everyone. I remember when Sherelle's World just started. Yes, thank you, peace, love. You have a good night too. So you all, appreciate you. Hit the like on your way out. Share if you can, subscribe, comment. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna go and eat my crab cake, and I'm going to work on For the Culture. I'm gonna upload tonight and look for that in the morning. So if you see me in the same attire, it's because I just went right over there to go and record. Wednesday night should be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting. Yep, that's my introduction to YouTube reality TV reviews. I started with Denise, and then I found Ashley and rest is history. The reality reviews are strong. CC's on here. Funky will tell you, ain't no money in beefing. You tell me who make money in beef. He's so crazy. Good combo. Thank you, Voodoo. It was so off the cuff. I didn't really mean to do it, and I didn't expect, us to do it, but we did it. I'm gonna see y'all in the streets. I appreciate you all for dropping down. I'm going to do my community wall. Check my community wall out. I'm going to be posting over there. I'm just trying to figure out how to post videos without having to post my whole video. So like share some of the video before I upload. So you all have a wonderful evening. I will see you in the streets. I don't know who's live, but I'm probably going to drop down in somebody's chat while I'm eating my crab cake. And until next time, deuces.